Brad Johnson here from johnson.audio, and today I'm going to share with you the Music Leaders Handbook, How to Record Your Next Song Like a Pro. Now, this is an ebook that I created that I was going to release, but I'm just going to give it away for free now here on my channel. You can also check it out on my website at johnson.audio, but this video is just going to be me reading through it and explain to you how to record a song from start to finish. Now, I relate recording a song from start to finish like I would be building a house. So I actually relate different kinds of construction workers to how they relate to the audio production process. I feel like that this will help you grasp the concepts easier, and no matter where you are in your skill set, you should be able to grasp these concepts easily. So I'm just going to jump right into it. Section 1, how to record a song, the mandate on music leaders. When you're a music lover at heart, and music has been your greatest teacher, muse, and comfort since an early age, it's easy to get enthusiastic about learning how to write your own song and eventually wanting to learn how to record a song. I want you to know that there's no greater feeling than taking the raw material of your thoughts and emotions and putting structure to it in the form of melody and rhythm, to have something that never existed before all of a sudden exist. With the advancement of recording and technology and the birth of the home studio, learning how to record a song has become easier than ever. You aren't confined to a guitar or crummy tape deck recording anymore. You are now free to add other instruments and have the capability to mix your own productions. No longer should you feel as if you are just a songwriter, you are a producer. As you continue down the road of learning how to record a song from start to finish, you'll discover that it does not come easy. In fact, for a long time, you may find yourself stuck with this feeling after finishing your song like you can never write another song again. I have definitely been there many times over. It'll be like you accidentally stumbled on the words and melody by accident. You may start to doubt that you actually possess a musical gift. But let's define musical gift. When you talk about talented people in any field, do you say that they have a gift? When was the last time you stopped to think about what the word gift means? A gift has to come from someone or something. I've come to learn that music is a gift from God. You can't be creative without the help of the Creator. God partners with you in your music and inspires your words and melodies. There are at least 9 accounts in the Bible that mention singing new songs to God. It's never been about individuals singing these songs. It is always directed at a community of people. Now, I want to make a note here that this isn't just for a Christian songwriter. This is for every songwriter. Know that the songs that you're writing are built for an audience. It's built for a community. So you are tapping into something, whether you call it a muse, you call it God, you call it the Holy Spirit, you call it the universe, you call it whatever, you're tapping into greater creativity and you're delivering that to an audience of people. So it's very, very important. Now, I called this the Music Leaders Handbook for a reason. I'm choosing to use the term music leader over band leader, producer, songwriter, worship leader, because as a music creator, you aren't writing for your own ego. You are creating music for the sake of others. When you partner with the most creative being in the universe, your muse, you should be creating spectacular and breathtaking music. You need to broaden your scope to influencing the world in which you have been commissioned to have responsibility over. My desire is to provide you with insights and tips into the whole process of how to record a song. This is by no means an end-all, be-all video. After all, this is an art and there are no rules. However, there are systems, mindsets, and frameworks that I know will benefit you as you develop your songs, productions, and teams. My prayer is that this video will help to encourage you to record some radical and culturally shifting songs. Here's to singing a new song. Section 2. Recording a song is like building a house. I have a father-in-law who was a plumber. He ran his own plumbing business and worked with many contractors throughout the years. My father-in-law understands how to build a house from scratch. He actually built the house my wife grew up in, and he is handy all around. However, he would be the first to say that you should not try to build a house by yourself. You will struggle, waste time, and come out the other end with a flawed product. The same is true with recording music. You could become successful with writing, recording, mixing, and mastering your own music. However, you would be the exception and not the rule. Just go to allmusic.com, type in your favorite artist, and look at their credit list. You'll find at least a handful of composers, writers, producers, and even mixers that worked on any given album. When learning how to record a song, I'd advise you to do it with others. I'm going to describe the whole recording process through the lens of building a house. We have our general contractor, architect, carpenter, construction workers, interior designer, landscaper, homeowner, and even the guy that makes sure the building is up to code. All these positions relate to the art of recording, and after hearing this manual read, you will have a unique and comprehensive understanding of how to record a song. I hope you have an instantaneous paradigm shift. My goal is to have you start leading your team and building your audience. Expect to see yourself in a couple of these positions, and also expect to see others you know filling these positions. I assume you are in some place of leadership within music, and most likely you are going to assume the position of the first avatar we speak of, the general contractor. But I want to encourage you as we move forward in this book that you maintain a spirit of humility and realize that you can't be everything. You may find yourself able to do more than one of these jobs, but don't forget your need to develop your team. This article is designed to help you understand how a professional record gets made. Don't be worried if you identify more with the developer or maybe the architect, but struggle with vision for what the project should become. This is okay. Just realize your limitations in the big picture and try to find someone who has that big picture general contractor scope. Also, make sure to share this with someone you know and allow yourself to submit to the role of your strength. The project will benefit greatly with this kind of humility. Enough of this big picture talk, let's dive in. Character 1, the general contractor. The general contractor is the producer. A producer is the visionary and chief operating officer of the entire project. Ultimately, it is you who is responsible with connecting the audience to the heart of the production. This is accomplished by building and organizing the rest of the team. Assisting in other areas of the production is okay, but you understand that in order for the house, the recording, to be lived in, you must rely on the expertise of others. You need a working knowledge on how to record a song in its entirety. The general contractor's greatest asset is his ability to lead the entire team towards the completion of the goal. They possess great people skills, organization skills, and time management. The producer is the one to manage the budget and scheduling of the entire production as well. Therefore, the general contractor isn't the one that receives much glory. However, they are the person that the developer, the songwriters, know they can trust with their house, the message. There is an imprint that the general contractor has on a project. The true art is in the ability of choosing the right people to fill all of the upcoming roles, knowing that the combinations will create a unique design and outcome. Character 2, the developer. Developers are the songwriters of the production, the storytellers. Songwriters bring the homeowners, the audience, meaning for the neighborhood, the album, and a deeper understanding of who they are in the context of it. For example, they create connection and context for others' feelings, thoughts, fears, joys, success, failures, and so forth. Great songwriters understand that the audience is searching for a safe place, a place where they can continue to explore their own stories, where they can unearth parts of their heart and safely bring it to the surface. When they feel more comfortable in their home, more comfortable with themselves, they start to invite more people in and community is created. A developer has to be in touch with their own stories. Songwriters are bold and courageous in their ability to explore their hearts and value vulnerability. Their true art is being able to connect people to the emotions of life and make the intangible tangible. The developer experiences the greatest amount of risk in the process of the production. For example, if the message fails to reach their audience, they will feel the most responsible. A lot of time, the developer is also the real estate agent, the singer, of the production. So even though there are lots of people involved behind the scenes, the audience will mostly see them. It's important that the developer and the general contractor are on the same page. Lots of time, the developer will lack the vision of how the neighborhood, the album, will be completed. Because of this, the developer has to rely heavily on the general contractor for delivering the full vision to the homeowner, the audience. Usually, the developer makes a bad general contractor because they are more right-brained and tend to be perfectionists. This makes it hard for them to step outside of themselves and focus on the team and towards the desired goal. Before you learn how to record a song, you have to understand how to write your own song. I made Write Your Own Song, the Ultimate Guide, as a reference to help you discover this character. Character 3, the architect. The architect is the musical arranger. They are the ones that takes the developer's idea and designs all the rooms and structures for the house, the song. Therefore, they carefully analyze the vision given by the general contractor and start crafting out the details. This would be the pre-production phase in the recording process. Think of the pre-production phase as building out your musical blueprint. It's the map that you're going to give the carpenter, the engineer, and construction workers, musicians, so they can fulfill the vision of the general contractor. The architect is usually well versed in musical theory and has a good instinct for layering sounds. Because of this, they don't have to be skilled in playing all instruments, but they're able to see the big picture of the production and put the right pieces together. The goal for the architect is not to write finished parts for any given instrument, but to build a guide for the musicians to follow. They give enough structure so the musicians can fulfill the vision of the producer, but also leave enough room for other workers to add their own expertise, personality, and art. When learning how to record a song, this process is one of the most important. Character 4. The carpenter. The carpenter is the recording engineer. They're the ones that take everything that the developer, the general contractor, and architect created to this point and start building it out. Carpenters have a rich understanding of how to use all their tools, for example, microphones, consoles, outboard gear, software, etc. And therefore, a carpenter understands that there's a science/rules behind what they do, but they also love experimenting with their tools to generate new and exciting results. The carpenter is extremely team-oriented. A good carpenter works alongside the construction workers, the band, to make the architect's blueprint come to life. They're also encouraging and serve the construction workers so they can complete their task quickly and with high-quality results. Usually, the carpenter will also work alongside the general contractor to make sure that they are building the house, the recording, in a way that maintains the integrity of the vision. Don't expect the carpenter to make arrangement decisions. They should work with the blueprint that has already been approved by the general contractor. However, the carpenter is keenly aware of the happy accidents that occur during the building and is quick to save such moments for review by the general contractor. The carpenter not only has a meticulous eye or ear for detail, but they also possess great people skills and have a heart of a servant. They know that without the cooperation of their team, they will not be able to complete their job. During this part of the process of recording, it is always a good idea to have the general contractor present so that any last-minute arrangement edits or changes can be addressed and committed to. Character 5. The construction workers. The construction workers are the band. With a proper blueprint, the construction workers come to life. Therefore, without the construction workers, nothing would ever get built. A professional construction worker comes prepared for the job and understands they have one key role: to know their performance like the back of their hand. Construction workers must be able to perform the work outlined in the blueprint with precision and speed. The general contractor chooses construction workers for their unique ability for adding a flair to the blueprint. However, good construction workers show great restraint from trying to overbuild, which is also known as overplaying. Even though the construction worker's job is some of the most up front and center, they are never the star of the show. Construction workers also take great direction and respond humbly to correction. Now, quick note on them not being the star of the show. It may seem counterintuitive because we have such a fascination with celebrity in our culture, but I do believe that the song will always be the star of the show. We serve the song, not the musicians. Character 6. The building code consultant. The building code consultant is the musical editor. After the construction is complete, the work needs to get inspected to assure absolute accuracy. In the realm of learning how to record a song, this would be called editing. This could include drum editing, vocal comping, tuning, timing, getting rid of headphone bleed, pops, and other clicks. Also, there may be some other timing issues that need to get sorted from other instruments as well. The building code consultant is vital. They're responsible for making sure the production is ready for mixing and mastering. Some might think that editing takes the art out of the production, but this is not true. Most people, at a subconscious level, know when things sound off. The building code consultant makes sure that there are no irregularities that would cause a distraction to the homeowners, the audience. Building code consultants are very meticulous and do things strictly by the book. There isn't much wiggle room when it comes to this job. The building code consultant needs to have knowledge of time signatures, musical scales, and expertise in all necessary software. Character 7. The interior designer. The interior designer is the mixing engineer. Style is everything to the interior designer. It's the job of the interior designer to take everything that was developed and prepare it for the homeowner audience to experience. The interior designer understands the rules of making the home feel familiar and at the same time new. They know the audience that the general contractor is trying to reach, and they design creatively for that audience. Interior designing is a science just as much as it is an art. They paint the colors, make sure all the furniture, the pieces of the arrangement fit, and create a distraction-free environment so that the homeowner, the audience, can experience the entire essence of the home, the production. An interior designer is very detail-oriented, but also extremely creative. The general contractor chooses interior designers based on their unique aesthetic they bring to every project. Interior designers work best when they first see the house production after the construction is already complete. This allows them to work off of fresh inspiration and perspective. Character 8, the landscaper. The landscaper is the mastering engineer. At this point in the process, the house has been developed, built, and designed. The landscaper's job is to put the final touches on the project to make sure that it fits with the neighborhood, the album, and feel like a whole. For example, you wouldn't put a modern design in a neighborhood filled with Victorian homes. The landscaper has very specific knowledge of his or her tools and is brought into the process only after all the other pieces have been put together. This helps the landscaper maintain objectivity. A landscaper makes very minor but powerful tweaks and changes. Their work is the kind that the audience does not even notice when done well, but when done poorly is noticed. The landscaper's main responsibility is putting the final touches and perfecting the vision. Once the landscaper is finished with his work, the home, production, is essentially complete and ready to be experienced by the homeowner, the audience. Character 9, the real estate agent. The real estate agent is the vocalist. Very likely this will also be the developer of the project. They're the ones who are going to sell the house to the homeowner. They embody the message and are able to communicate the vision of the song. Real estate agents are charismatic and their values embody the same values of the homeowner. They're responsible for their ability to sell the message of the house, the song, and story of the neighborhood, the album. If this is you, then you're the one who's responsible for the hospitality of the project. When people enter, they feel the emotion that permeates the house, the production, and are marked by it. They walk away from it feeling like they took a piece of it with them. Legendary singer and songwriter Tom Waits once sang, "Without love, it's just a house where nobody lives." Character 10, the homeowner. We have finally arrived to the homeowner, which is the audience. The homeowner is the reason for the entire project to be built in the first place. They're the ones that are going to buy it, live with it, and create memories around it. The reason why you're learning how to record a song is to understand how to serve the homeowner, period. So this brings me to the conclusion. I hope the analogy of building a house gives you new inspiration and encouragement to start recording your next song like a professional. Please don't hesitate to leave a comment below to tell me which character you most identify with. I look forward to finding more ways to serve you on your musical journey. If you got anything out of this, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. To all my other subscribers, your continued support means the world to me. I am Brad Johnson at johnson.audio, where I help you sing your story, mix your mission, and master your message. I will see you on the next one. Bye.